Hello, this is the Guy with an episode of the list for Tim's Talks Talkies. I am giving you a list of my top 25 70s films. And the but this one's going to be different. Even though this is for the list that he's making the show and everything. So the first one on my list is this one right here. If you're wondering, it is Taxi Driver. The interesting story to this one is I grew up watching Jodie Foster films. I did. And this very one was the last Jodie Foster film I ever saw. I even watched her for a little bit in her newest True Detective show. So to think that I watched all that before this one, I I just I always came across all the others, but I never really was, you know, interested in it until I came across this one in person. I always bought the ones I found in person, but I never came across this film until recently. So I ended up watching it, and then I was surprised that Tim came up with a list. I only found out about it from the other video that Puck made, so that's why I only am doing it now. But yeah, this was the last Jodie Foster film I ever saw, and it's actually my favorite film from the 70s. I love everything about it. It's a wonderful film, and it's just, it made my top number one to the point where, well, I guess if I had to pick a Disney film for the list, I would say the first Jodie Foster film I ever saw, and that was Candle Shoe. Yep, that was the first Jodie Foster film I ever saw. Then I saw all the other ones growing up, but yeah, it an interesting fact about Candle Shoe, I saw it when I was really, really little, and then I only saw it again like uh, as soon as I got Disney Plus. I saw it then too, but I saw all of it, and because when you're a kid, some films you don't remember entirely, and also I've already told you about my past, so rewatching it, it was a experience to really help me remember it. And yeah, so this was the last one that I ever saw of hers. So yeah, um, yeah, right here. Yep, Taxi Driver. So those are my two films for the list. These are my favorite from the 70s. And don't worry, the Star Wars, pretty good. A New Hope, I'd call that an honorable mention. Well, let's face it, after we find out what the truth is behind Luke and Leia, eh, you know, yeah. So so yeah, Star Wars, A New Hope is my honorable mention, but but my favorite two from the 70s has to be Taxi Driver and Candle Shoe. I'm pretty sure Candle Shoe is from the 70s. Pretty sure. Don't worry, Tim. I'll check before I post this. But if it is, that's from my list.